Hey, greetings, guys. I hope you are doing great wherever you are. Hey, guys, things are keep on surprising us time and time. If you remember, there is someone who has been arrested in the case of Witness D. Witness D comes from MADLANGA Commission. You know, there are witnesses who already testified before him, and then he became Witness D. So, Witness D, you know, was also deeply involved in this incident of Brakpan robbery. So many people who are involved in this, where Witness D testified that they were in this Brakpan robber house, and as they were busy searching, they found lots of items that were robbed, you know, in some place in Brakpan. So, and there was also money that was also involved. So some people who were part of this search, you know, they did their investigation, you know, and trying to get the truth from these men that they were, or he was suspected to be a suspect in this matter of Brakpan robbery. This man, as they tried to suffocate him with plastics or whatever that covered his face, and he couldn't breathe, and they will release it sometimes. So this man, he then passed away during that course. So the man who was doing this torture, before that, because he was trying to save himself, because he picked it up that he's gonna die tonight. So he was trying to save himself. So he informed the officers that there is a money that he would give to them if they let him leave. So when it was shown to them, then that's when so much of things started to happen. The men died, you know, during the course of their, you know, interrogation. So because of that, the fear and everything of so many things then alerted them to try to do what we call a cover-up. They then called their chief, who is well known now as Julius Mkhwanazi of EMPD. So when he came over, before that, there were articulations that, no, don't worry, Chief will sort this thing out for us. You know, don't worry, Chief will sort this thing out for us. Then he came over, the chief now, Julius Mkwanazi. He then gave directives to them that no man, the body can be dumped in one of the mine shafts or on the river, the closest river, So witness D then, because of he was driving a marked vehicle, not that there were no other marked vehicles, but this one was the chosen one. So that he should take the body and dump it, somewhere there between these two places, the river or mine shaft. Right, he then decided to dump the body in one of the river that is not far from Brakpan. So, of course, the body did not, it did not move far from the place where it was dumped. I think it remained there up until the morning when it was discovered by police. So during the course of discovery of the body, and so much of things, happened. Remember, the DNA and everything of the people who are in that house could have been found in that body. We don't know. But witness D became so scared because he knew that he is now in trouble with the law because he is the one who dumped that body. Right. Nothing came out of that. And then these people who suggested that he should take the body and dump it to the nearest dam or mine shaft, they started to not to be at ease and fear that he might tell the tale. So he was also scared, So they called him, and set a place to meet. And then he decided that we should meet at least in one of these public restaurants so that whatever, he can still survive. Excuse me. So they met and then they asked, hey, are you sure that the body that you dumped there did flush away? So they then went to see for themselves when they noticed that there were police already at the scene. They had to drive off. During the course of that, now so much of things were starting to build up. Tracing back where this person stays, when the body was identified, where does the person stay, and what happened during that night. They found that there were so many detailed things. Then it was then alerted to IPED, that they should investigate the matter. So during the course of their investigation, witness D gave statements to the IPED investigator, and so many people were mentioned, Now, things were starting to be heated up. Then that's when you know, more especially when the commission started. When it commenced, so many things were mentioned. Then Witness D became Witness D because of MADLANGA Commission. He testified there as Witness D. And during the course of his testimony, he made mention and he gave a detailed incident to the Commission of MADLANGA. And he gave names of people who were also part, and those people's involvement, and what was the chief's involvement, gave detail to that, you know. Right. Now, these things, as they started to come now to light, people were called to come and testify. We remember very well the time when Julius Mkwanazi went to testify in MADLANGA Commission. He was very, very nervous. He was not rested. He was not at ease at all. And the water that he used there, it's more than 20 liters. He drank the water there a hell of a lot. And people who attended the MADLANGA ran out of water because of him. And he cited two things. One was that he's got kids, 3 kids, and he doesn't want to go to jail. No one said that to him. And he said that he doesn't want to, the second one, he doesn't want to come back to the commission. He's hoping that this will be his testimony, only his testimony, and he wouldn't have to come back again to the commission, the way things were for him. Now, it was on Thursday, on his last days of giving testimony during that period. He was not at ease at all. The following day in the evening, we heard that Witness D was taken out. We were all shocked. And there were so many suspicions that what if it was this man who just completed his testimony, ordered the heat. But you know what? The truth will come as time goes by. The truth will come as time goes by. I know there are people who are dedicated in investigating cases of such merits. And I believe in them that they won't leave no stone unturned. They will make sure that whatever that needs to be brought forward will be brought forward. Nothing will be hidden. And we pray for their safety because they are dealing with a matter that seems to be very, very serious. Remember, after the assassination of Witness D, we were told that the person who shot at Witness D, or the person who shot Witness D, was a professional shooter. So, having to know that we have people like Ket Machala, who employed a special forces people for his security, from Special Task Force of South African Police and Special Forces of South African Defence Force, former. Now, we started to wonder, what if? Because if you say to us that this person was shot with AK-47 caliber, then that person must have been far away to Witness D to see him, because Witness D is also a trained man, you know. It could have, if they were using not a high caliber, he could have maybe defended himself. Who knows? But fast forward this. Now, the man behind the bars, the accused now, Soteni, he is spilling the beans. As far as he goes, he says that he didn't know Witness D. He have never seen Witness D. And the man who spoke about Witness D was Pretorius. And at time when they met, couple of times they met, it was for just a breakfast for people who, have been knowing each other for some time. They did their meetings, and the guy asked him if they can go, to the shooting range, because he is so impressed about his videos that he would post on WhatsApp. So they then met. They went to different places, or they met in different places. During the course of the meetings, he had never said anything about Witness D. But there was a time where he spoke about him and about the incident that occurred prior. So during the course of his explanation, he then made mention that he might be in trouble. So he'd think at some point that Witness D should be taken care of. So this man cited this to the accused person who is now behind the bars, on the matter of unaliving Witness D. So coming to the picture of this now, trying to understand everything, is this that we are hearing or receiving or getting a credible thing? Is it how it went on? Because remember, Witness D is no more, and this other person is no more because he unalived himself. Now coming to this one, who was with him, as it is, or as he is being linked, that he was there, and he is the one who unalived Witness D, and the other one was just a driver, So after they unalived Witness D, they then drove off, and then at some point they dumped the car somewhere there, And the car that was used happened to be Soteni's girlfriend's car, Now, is he blaming the person who unalived himself about this unaliving of Witness D. So we are watching and to see what really transpired there, where they say also there are WhatsApp exchanges. And he says that when Witness D was unalived, he was informed. Actually, he took screenshots of this thing on TV, and then he circulated that to people that he knows. And then he was also informed by Pretorius of what happened. And then on the day when he unalived himself, then he was informed by the girlfriend, Pretorius' girlfriend, that Pretorius is no more. He unalived himself. So these are the things that we are faced with and that they are happening right now, as he is trying to fight for his bail, he wants to be out. But guys, on a serious note now, if he dares to put himself at the crime scene and try now to paint a picture that is different, I think he should just stop it right there. Because you cannot place yourself at the scene of crime and try to decorate it as if you are not there, as if you didn't take part to anything. If the man who unalived himself did not want to unalive Witness D, because there was a plot and plan, then if he, the accused now, was with him at that night and he placed himself at that crime scene, then he should just consider himself guilty of a crime that he committed. Because there is no way, you are more like confessing now. If you put yourself at crime scene, you are more like confessing. And whatever you try to put or say in trying to, disconnect yourself with this, where you already place yourself there, just forget it, man. It's over for you. Just forget it. Because the moment you put yourself there, the crime scene, it's like when Julius Mkhwanazi was asked in MADLANGA Commission that did he ever set his foot there in Brakpan where this robber was killed, unalived. He said he was never inside. When he came in there, he asked about the success, and no one would show or tell him about the success. Then he made about 10. But we now know what Witness D said. We now know that Witness D said that this guy called the chief because he believed that the chief will sort this thing out. And indeed, the chief came, and then the chief gave instructions to how they should go about, putting the end to this one. There are two places, mine shaft or the river. But of course, the best choice to this one was transporting deceased then decided to dump the body in the river. They thought that it will be flushed away, but it was not. It remained to the same spot that the body was dumped to. So for him, he is not denying, I'm talking about Julius Mkhwanazi now, he did not deny the fact that he did receive a call early hours of that morning from this gentleman. And then the gentleman, when he got there, was the one, who welcomed him and then escorted to the place where the body was. And he saw people there, and then he made these instructions that, hey, because of your driving a marked vehicle, I think it would be safe you become the one who takes the body, because no one will stop you. You are marked. That's how it happened. That's how they say happened on that day, or that early hours. So even though he claimed that he did not set his foot inside the property, we now know that is not true. But because of the matter is still out there, we won't talk much about that, We won't talk much about that, but we would just remain on saying that what is true. Because you try to cover yourself here by saying that, no, I was there. The cell phone towers will tell that, hey, you were there at a specific time. You are aware about that. Now again, because of the messages that were sent between you and this gentleman that you communicated with, you knew that they will be retrieved and they will show that there was a communication. And indeed, you were there, But now, you don't want to put yourself inside the premises. Why are you not putting yourself inside the premises? Remember the curiosity that will come to you as a senior officer. You will want to go inside and see it for yourself. And see it for yourself. When you are satisfied with what you see, you start to make decisions such as, no, what we can do to this, we can do it A and B or A and Z. But what remains as a fact is that you gave that instruction, because they waited for you to come and give instruction. You gave that instruction. If you did not give that instruction, then they were going to run out of time. They were going to run out of time. They had to do it because of you told them that, hey, you can go and dump the body here and there. But now, we're not going to dive deeper in this, because this is a matter that is still under investigation, and this is a matter that is still out there. But we want to come to one thing, that seems to be something that, or a method that many are using. We now know that the accused person is trying to misdirect things as if he was never there. He did say that I was there with him, meaning the guy who unalived himself. I was there with him, but the occasions or the meetings were about us trying to have this date of shooting. So The accused person claims that he was never with witness D, doesn't know witness D, and he indeed confirms that he met up with the man who unalived himself several times in different places, and he stated that even the night of the incident of witness D, he was never there, and he stated that at some point they met, and then the man who unalived himself stressfully spoke with him about this incident that occurred in Brakpan. He gave him a deeper detail about it. As he gave him a deeper detail, was he had this fear that witness D well threw him on the bus, and he feared to be arrested and all this and all that. But the key thing was that you now know that witness D is talking, and as he is talking, he then threw more of his interest in taking out witness D, because witness D was more like a threat in his life. Right? What we now know is that witness D is no more. And what we now know that the man who unalived himself is also no more. Now, the accused person, a Soteni, he is behind the bars, and he is the only man at this point, who is behind bars about this matter of witness D. And he said it on his statement that he knew nothing about witness D. He only got to know about witness D when he was told by the man who unalived himself that, hey, there was an incident of such a nature that occurred in Brakpan, and this and that happened. Now, I have a fear that witness D will talk, and he has to go. So, the plan was in place. Now, there is no truth that is now being told or being said by the accused person, who is linked to this incident of witness D. So when we dig deeper, we can clearly see that this is a method that many people are using. If one of them dies or is no more, then the blames and everything will be put to that person. Then the courts will be left with nothing to prosecute because of that. But if there is evidence, as the police or investigating officers are saying, that there is a prima facie case, against accused number one. So we now know that how he is linked. They say he is linked by this way and that way, but we are not sure, because things of this country of ours, never stop to amaze us, So the picture that seems to be painted by the accused person is a picture that we are well aware of as people, public, that most times cases of such a nature, they don't go far. But hopefully this one will go far on the basis of the evidence produced by the state, you know, and hopefully that they have enough evidence, not only on the basis of a witness or single witness, but also on DNA and ballistic, you know, as well as fingerprint. Hopefully that they do have something that put or that place the accused person to the crime scene, hopefully. Is there even the video footage that would show him executing his mission of assassinating witness D? Hopefully, we'll get all of that information, all of that detail, so that this case won't just be a case that dies like everyone's do. So, on a lighter note, guys, be careful out there. Get to understand the surroundings that you are in and make sure that you are safe and you get home safe. When you are on a traffic lights and you don't have a way to drive, you are still waiting for other motorists to do so, observe your surroundings. We watch videos where people got shot at unexpectedly so by people that maybe there are so many things, but I'm not gonna dwell into that. But what I would say is that please stay safe. I'll try my level best too. Till we see each other again, till we're met to another episode. Thank you guys for your support. I appreciate it a lot. Stay tuned to my channel. Time and time, we'll keep on giving you some stuff, great stuff. Thank you.